What's going on, folks? Today's review will be 2010 to 2013 series, and this one is Transformers Prime. This show also I remembered watching this show. The show is based on the original Transformers toy franchise from Hasbro. The show was originally aired on Vortex, a programming block on the CW. Currently airing on Discovery Family, originally aired on YTV, Teletoon, currently known as Cartoon Network in Canada, Pop Max, Cartoon Network 2, and Boomerang in the United Kingdom and Ireland. 9 Go, 10 Peach, Cartoon Network, and Boomerang in Australia and New Zealand. And currently streaming on Kabillion, 2ByTV, YouTube, iTunes, Netflix, and Amazon Prime Video. The series chronicles the adventures of an Autobot team known as Team Prime, led by Optimus Prime and originally consisting of Orci, Bumblebee, Bulkhead, Ratchet, and Cliffjumper. The team operates from a former American military missile silo near the fictional town of Jasper, Nevada, and tries to conceal their existence from humanity while continuing their fight against the Decepticons. The Autobots make several human allies throughout the series who agree to keep their secret, including high school students Jack Darby, and later his mother, Nurse June Darby, Maiko Nakadai, and Raphael Esquivel, and American government agent William Fowler. In the second half of the series, more Autobots join Team Prime, including Bucklehead's friend and former teammate Wheeljack, who helped Team Prime several times during the first 2 seasons but did not officially join them until the 3rd season, the ambitious rookie Smokescreen, and Optimus's Chief Lieutenant Ultra Magnus. The Decepticons, led by Megatron and briefly by Starscream in the former's absence, operate from their warship, the Nemesis, and briefly from a base called Darkmount, which is built in the Season 2 finale and then destroyed by the Autobots at the start of the 3rd season. At first, Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave, as well as his minion Laserbeak, are the only notable Decepticons, as they command a legion of identical drones called Viacons. More Decepticons join the ranks over the course of the series, including the sadistic medic Knockout and his partner Breakdown, Orci's nemesis Arachnid, Insecticon hive leader Hardshell, Seeker Captain Dreadwing, and Decepticon scientist Shockwave. The series brings several notable changes and additions to Transformers lore. For example, both the Autobots and Decepticons use ground bridges, scaled-down versions of the space bridges, which also appear to travel across the Earth, and the ancient planet-sized Transformer Unicron serves as the planet's core, emphasizing the idea of Earth and Cybertron being twin planets. The series also marks the first appearance of the necromantic Dark Energon, a more unstable and dangerous version of Energon, the substance that powers all Transformers, which can be used to bring the dead back to life as mindless zombies, called Terrorcons. In the 3rd season, Predacons, Transformers who resemble dragon-like creatures, are introduced as the Transformers' ancestors, having gone extinct until they were recreated by Shockwave to serve the Decepticons. Initially, only one Predacon is created, Predaking, who later goes independent from the Decepticons upon learning that Megatron had ordered the destruction of his unborn siblings. 2 more Predacons, Skylynx and Darksteel, appear in the finale movie, Predacons Rising. The writing for this show is amazingly well done, as while it does drag at times and it does omit a few things like the Dinobots, this series may have the best writing and story threads out of any of the Transformers shows, as it does give its own spin on the Transformers lore, which helps give it its own identity to make it stand out from the others. The tone is much darker and more serious than the past shows. There are some very engaging story arcs and plot threads throughout the course of the series. The action scenes are very awesome and intense. The drama is pretty strong. It has a good amount of heart and charm. And while this is one of the darker and more serious Transformers shows, it does still make room for some solid humor and lighthearted moments. It's also kinda neat that the show seemed to take bits and pieces from other Transformers media such as the original G1 series, Beast Wars, animated, and even the Michael Bay movies. And there are a great amount of episodes to check out, such as the 5-part premiere Darkness Rising, Predatory, Out of His Head, Partners, One Shall Fall, the 3-part One Shall Rise, the 3-part Orion Pax, The two-part operation, Bumblebee, Nemesis Prime, Out of the Past, New Recruit, The Human Factor, Alpha Omega, Hard Knocks, Inside Job, Patch, Regeneration, Darkest Hour, Darkmount, Envy, Scattered, Prey, Rebellion, Thirst, Evolution, Inus 1, Persuasion, Synthesis, Deadlock, and the TV movie finale Predictions Rising. The action scenes of the show are very awesome as they can get very intense and even brutal, such as the battles and skirmishes between the Autobots and the Decepticons, the clashes between Optimus Prime and Megatron, our heroes rescuing people from danger when they get caught in the crossfire, them escaping from certain death scenarios and also getting into tight jams and getting out of them. The drama of the show is pretty strong and intriguing, which does give the show some pretty engaging and dramatic moments like the growing bond between the Autobots and the human characters, some unfortunate events, and certain character deaths, sacrifices, predicaments, and backstories. The show does also have some pretty solid humor sprinkled throughout the show, which is needed to lighten and ease things up every now and then, such as the witty and snarky banter and dialogue between the characters, the trash talking, and the occasional gag. The animation of this show is highly impressive as this is a computer animated series, and as you can see, TV computer animation has come a long way since Beast Wars. The animation looks amazingly well crafted, with aspects like the characters all having some great designs that are accompanied by some very fluid and lively movements. The backgrounds and settings are very well crafted and have a great amount of detail, and there are some very well crafted special effects. The characters of this show are all very well written and likable, as they have a great amount of intrigue to them, as well as some solid chemistry and dynamics, wit and humor, charm and charisma, and growth and development, such as the heroic Autobots and their allies such as Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Orci, Bulkhead, Jack, Myco, Raph, June, Agent Fowler, Wheeljack, Smokescreen, and Ultra Magnus, and the villainous Decepticons and other villains such as Megatron, Starscream, Knockout, Breakdown, Arachnid, Soundwave, Shockwave, Dreadking, Skyquake, Agent Bishop, Unicron, and Predaking. The voice acting of this show is just awesome, as the voice actors all do a great job with their performances, such as Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, Frank Welker as Megatron and Soundwave, Jeffrey Combs as Ratchet, Will Friedle as Bumblebee, Kevin Michael Richardson as Bulkhead, Sumeli Montano as Orci, James Horan as Wheeljack, Nolan North as Smokescreen, Michael Ironside as Ultra Magnus, Josh Keaton as Jack, Tanya Gennady as Myco, Andy Pessoa as Raph, Ernie Hudson as Agent Fowler, Steve Bloom as Starscream, Drin Norris as Knockout, Adam Baldwin as Breakdown, Gina Torres as Arachnid, Tony Todd as Dreadwing, David Sobolov as Shockwave, Peter Mensa as Predaking, Richard Green as Skyquake, Clancy Brown as Agent Bishop, John Noble as Unicron, and more. The music by Brian Tyler and Matthew Margeson is amazingly good, as it sounds incredibly solid and well composed, and it does a great job at capturing the show's dark, action-packed, intense, and dramatic tone. So, what is my verdict on this show? I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good show, and it's way better than Stupid My Little Pony. Friendship is magic,